Hey y'all, I wanted to share real quick the measurements of the little dress form, the half dress form wall hanging that I did the previous video on. Here it is, and I'm sorry for the shadow, I'm at a different table right now, but that's the finished one. Here's the one I made in that last video. And somebody asked for the measurements, and I had intended to put those on there, but I forgot. So here's the measurements for this piece. My template, like I said in the video, started out like a paper doll, and I kept cutting over and over and over. My trash can is full of trash. Different shapes until I got what I thought looked what I wanted it to look like. And since it was on a small scale, I had to double it in size to make about the right size that I wanted. I'm old school. I live in the United States. I was taught inches. And so that's, you know, kind of where I'm coming from. I know the majority of people that live in Europe, y'all do centimeters. And I apologize for doing this in inches, but I don't know how to do centimeters. I tried. And I came up with a life size, here's my tissue paper, trying to do centimeters, and I really messed up. Y'all, this thing is huge, with arms and everything. Look at that, it's just enormous. So I quit centimeters. I was going to try to do that, and it did not work. Basically what this is a heart shape. That was the figure I was trying to come up with enough extra around the top in the pretty vintage style of a dress form to do the neck area up here, the shoulders, and then I came down just like a jewelry display kind of, and tried to make this part look like the jewelry display, and then this lower part from the heart down to look the shape of a corset with the smaller waist and then the hips. And so that's kind of what I came up with. Dimensions. We're going to really, I hope I don't lose y'all on this because some of y'all are wanting this. Let me tell you the basic measurements, and then I hope from the video that y'all are going to be able to kind of figure out what's going on. Grab a piece of paper if you want this, if you want these measurements, and jot them down. I will also put them in a description box. You can copy paste whatever from the description box. And I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to go up and give you the full dimensions. Like I said, I did mine on a, when I cut it out and drew it, I used this one for my measurements, doubled what I had on this one because I liked it, and this is what I came up with. I did it on the half because I was just going to put it on a fold. I'm going to give you the full measurement though, all the way across. I'm not going to give you the folded measurements, okay? So keep that in mind. This is totally open, exact measurements. The very bottom down here is 9 inches all the way across. I hope I don't get a sheen on that ruler. Anyway, at the very bottom, 9 inches from side to side, all the way across. Going up the hips to where I pretty much started this curve, there's 5 inches from here. That's wrong. I'm sorry, don't put that down. It's 5 inches to this small, the inside of the waist. So from the bottom to the top is 5 inches, just to the waistline. And that's the bottom of the waistline. Let me see really what that measurement is right there. That is just over 3.5 inches is where I started the curve. So 3.5 inches from the bottom is where I started this curve. Coming in, my measurement along the bottom of the waist. Here's the top of my waist, I'm going to call it right here, this line, and the bottom of the waist, because that's pretty much the same measurement all the way across. This one is 4.5 inches, and I did that for 3/4 of an inch, so that her waist, the smallest part of her waist, is only 3/4 of an inch on this example. So from here to here is 3/4 of an inch. Then I started the curve back out. Now from the bottom of the waist, this first mark down here, to the very tip top of the piece is 8.5 inches. And the total all the way up and down from the very top of the neck to the bottom is 13.5 inches. And that's from here to here. Okay, I'm going to go up next. In this upper portion, this is where I had to actually tape 2 pieces of paper together. I'm going to be talking now from the bottom of the waist up. From the bottom of the waist to the shoulder line. The next measurement I'm going to give you is shoulders, and I'll tell you why. That's going to be the widest part of the upper section. Remember, women had this hourglass figure. Well, that's what I'm going to do. That's kind of what I was thinking, is an hourglass shape. So at the widest part of the shoulders, right there, I have 9 inches across. When I did this, I broke it up so that I could have sections. I went every couple of inches here from the bottom of this waistline. I went 2 inches up and got the measurement going across right here. The next measurement up is 6 inches across. Let me get that there. And remember, this is going to be 2 inches from here to here. So the bottom of the waist to 2 inches up is 6 inches all the way across. I went up another 2 inches to this mark. At that point, I'm 8.25 inches all the way across. 9 inches at the shoulders. Between that 9-inch mark and the bottom of the waistline was exactly 6 inches. There's that mark there. So 6 inches. So that was 2 inches, 4, and then 6 in here. That's how I kept it even. Okay, at the top, at the neckline, from, try to say what it is. This neck piece right here is 4 inches across. From there to there. That's 4 inches. From the top of this shoulder line, going across here to the very top of the piece, is 2.5 inches. So the top of the neck to the shoulder line was 2.5 inches. Four inches right here across the top of the neck. And to get my neckline dimension right in here, it is 1 1/8 inch from this line down, or from the top of the piece down to the neckline. It is 2.5 inches from the top of the shoulder line to the top of the piece. And I think that was all of the measurements you would need. Yeah, 2.5 from the shoulder line to the top. I will do my very best to write these out in a way that is useful. I don't know how that'll turn out. that's why I'm making the video. To show what measurements I'm actually using. So make it bigger, smaller, life size, however y'all want to do it. That's the shape. That's the shape of it. And like I said, I did it on the half, and to me that was much easier because I knew I would have both sides even. So if you want to free form it, I suggest starting possibly with one sheet of just scrap paper and cut it until you get the shape you want, and then maybe double your measurements and make a larger one. Or if you're really good at this, because I am not, tape a couple of pieces of paper together. This is a tape line right in here, and get enough length for you to do it, then fold it over and cut out free form. I hope y'all are able to do that. It was a project, I tell you. I'm not good, obviously, with measurements. Trying to go from a smaller one to a larger one really threw me into a dither mathematically, because I don't like these things. But I was desperate to get this little dress form pattern done. So anyway, that's that. I hope it helps. Now I'm dying to see what y'all do. Y'all are so fascinatingly crafty and inspirational, and please show me what you make. I'm dying to see it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.